Hey everyone. So this is a video response to Mizzah Tee's video, Is Nintendo Losing the Popularity Contest? And while I didn't agree with his main point, I kinda agree with a lot of the things he's saying, and I thought it was a very interesting video, so I wanted to make a video response on it, because that's what I used to do before YouTube fucked up the video response system. Because these days you kinda have to put the video in like a comment, and YouTube will register this as spam for the other person, and they usually don't even get the notification that they have to approve the comment that is not spam, and then most people don't. It's like way off topic. Let's start this video. Now, to answer the question if Nintendo is losing the popularity contest, we have to think back first to the 7th gen, which, you know, that's like Wii, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, which was a very, very gimmicky driven generation. It was very weird. Like the Wii sold like 100 million units, but there wasn't, well, there was a lot of incredible games on that. The sales were driven by people who weren't like real gamers. Nintendo sold it with like this fitness shit and this movement shit, and then Xbox and Sony, they kind of saw how this was going, and they were like, oh fuck, this shit is selling like crazy. And then Xbox came out with all this Kinect bullshit, horrible shit, and then PlayStation was coming with the PlayStation Move, which was like a blatant rip-off of the Wiimote that's not even funny anymore. And people started focusing on all this stupid gimmicky shit, and like shovelware started driving the games in the 7th gen, and oh, that pissed me off so much. All the shovelware everywhere. Enter 8th gen. People are complaining that the Wii U isn't selling as much as the Wii, which is fucking obvious. That shit was casual. I fucking hate that word and I never use it, but the Wii was casual driven, let's call it like that. And obviously the Wii U isn't selling as much as that because the hardcore gamers came back, real Nintendo fans came back, and the casuals left, and you have real games again. Like I said, there's incredible games on the Wii, but the Wii U is really focusing a lot on all this gaming stuff again, and it's not selling as much. But the other systems aren't doing that hot either, because the weird thing about this 8th gen, and it blows my mind, is video games aren't pushing these consoles out. Nintendo, whether you like Nintendo or not, hands down, Nintendo has the best games so far. The most exclusives, the best running games of these. PlayStation 4 can be the most powerful as it is. It doesn't have the games to back it up. Nintendo has the best games and the most exclusive games. As I said, PlayStation 4, however, is the strongest console by far. Strongest console by far. But it doesn't really have the games to back it up yet. It's selling like 18.5 million right now. Nintendo barely scraped the 10 million, and then you have the Xbox One that sold over 10 million. No idea how the fuck they did that with their temporary DRM, temporary price cuts, temporary Kinect, temporary exclusivity. There's nothing about the Xbox One. You have like cameras watching your fucking house, scanning people coming through the door. It's like now they're finally starting to like got back on all that shit, but that's what I said. Everything they do is temporary. And then people are rejoiced that the Xbox One sold more than the PlayStation 4 like in December or something. Yeah, because of temporary price cuts. Everything about this fucking system is temporary, so don't get me started on that. And it's not like I'm bashing here on Sony with their shitty library or Microsoft with their shitty everything, because Nintendo isn't selling as much as they should, and I admit that, because, well, let's face it, their marketing has been fucking pathetic up until now. Really, they finally starting to get momentum again, but oh man, it's like Nintendo should never have named this console the Wii U. I didn't understand why there's not as much confusion here in Europe as you have in America apparently. Because first of all, let me carefully, sorry my thingy is on there. Because first of all, the one thing I totally do not understand in America, why the fuck are your spines white? Obviously people are confused whether they're Wii or Wii U games. If your spines look the exact same, our spines here are the same as the consoles, they're blue. You can easily tell them apart here. People know more what the Wii U is, but I still admit it's a fucking horrible naming of the system. I totally did not understand what Nintendo was thinking with that. Maybe they were trying to thrive on the success of the Wii. But yeah, it only created confusion. So, like I said, you know, Nintendo has had their issues as well. But does this mean they're really losing the popularity contest? I mean, first of all, people are saying like, yeah, you know, Nintendo needs to go more they need to go third party, or need to have more third party on their systems. And then no, you won't. No, you won't. Who the fuck buys Nintendo for third party? Who buys Nintendo for third party? And just like Mizzah Tee, I'm Nintendo focused, but I'm not Nintendo biased. I'm not a fucking retard. I have a PC. I have a good gaming PC that allows me to do whatever I want for third party and all this awesome shit. There's just no valid reason for me to buy a PS4 and Xbox One right now. There just isn't. On the Xbox One you have Sunset Overdrive. And you have Skillbound. I think it was called Skillbound coming out. I hope I'm not messing this up with another title now. Of Platinum Games, which look very interesting. PlayStation 4 has absolutely nothing. You have a Resogun, which isn't like even a full title, kinda. That looks interesting to me, because I've played it at my brother's place. And Final Fantasy coming out, but Final Fantasy doesn't really urge me to get it, because the gameplay and everything looks the same like Xenogears will be. So there's no reason for me to get these systems. But when it comes down to the issue, is Nintendo losing the popularity contest? I'm gonna say fuck no. And a very specific reason for this, and it's a funny reason. More people are talking about Nintendo than ever before. There's no such thing as bad publicity, you know. There's so many, first of all, there's more Nintendo directed channels than anything else, you know. There's more people focusing their channels on Nintendo in a positive way. And there's more haters hating on Nintendo then there are people focusing on Sony or Microsoft. More people are talking about Nintendo than ever before, so they might not be selling as much units as Sony is. They're definitely ruling the software market, and more people are talking about them. So it comes down to how you see it, you know. Do you view the popularity of Nintendo by sales? Because they're like hardware wise kind of at the same level of the Xbox One right now. I haven't seen the latest sales charts, so I don't know how everybody did during Christmas. Well, we know Xbox One did better than PlayStation 4 system wise, but yeah, Nintendo is always, and that's why I'm a gamer, that's why I buy Nintendo. Nintendo is software driven, that's the most important thing. But yeah, like I said, sales don't matter when it comes to popularity. When it comes down to it, everybody's talking about Nintendo. The lovers are talking about Nintendo, the haters are talking about Nintendo, I'm talking about Nintendo. Everybody's talking about Nintendo, because when it comes down to it, they are the most popular franchise, company. They've been for 125 years, and even now, whenever a game comes out, a new game, people who love it are talking about it. People who hate it are talking about it too. People are talking more about Bayonetta 2 than they are of Skillbound, or than they are of Halo Master Chief Collection, or anything you want. Final Fantasy 15 there's more, like I said, Nintendo is far from done. And this year is going to be another incredible year for Nintendo software wise. And that's the most important thing, that's what it's all about. And this year again, they're on top of their game. So, to answer your question, no. Nintendo isn't losing anything. And Nintendo sales throughout history have shown that they stay steady, you know? It's not like they sell and then nobody talks about it anymore. Even now, people are still talking about Bayonetta sales. Even now, people are still talking about Mario Kart. Even now, people are talking about what Nintendo has done and what they are gonna do. Nintendo is far from losing this popularity contest, in my opinion. Well, without further ado, stay real.
Oh yeah, one more thing. Play Nintendo, fools.